Hi there again, welcome to esightconnect.com, bringing free health education, particularly mental health education, to you and your family. Today I want to carry on the same theme about emotional literacy and how emotional literacy is so important for emotional processing and therefore helping us to solve emotional problems. So today I want to help you differentiate what is the difference between self-reflection versus being self-critical. Because a lot of the patients I see, and particularly colleagues as well, is that a lot of us can be very self-critical, and it doesn't really help us to improve our lives. It certainly doesn't help us with our self-esteem as well as our mental health. So what is the difference between being self-reflective and self-critical? Now, I often ask this question to a lot of my patients, sometimes my colleagues, and often they may struggle a little bit around defining what the differences are. So how about if I try and explain it through this short video. So say, for example, if you do something wrong, you can say, oh, I did something wrong and that didn't give me the results that I wanted, so hey, this is what I'm going to do in order to make things better. So that could be more self-reflective, where self-critical is a little bit more like, I've done something wrong again. How could I have done that? I have to fix it now. Not a very good actor, apologies. But hopefully I just got that message across, the difference between being self-reflective versus being self-critical. Now, for those of you who haven't actually seen my last video on fusion and diffusion, that may actually help you to understand the difference between being self-critical versus being self-reflective. So when you are more self-reflective, you are saying these words in a more diffuse way or more detached way, and it's less emotive. It's more like, hey, yes, I've done something wrong, I didn't like it, it didn't give me the results that I want, and therefore I will actually do this to make it better. So you see there's less fusion, there's more detachment in what we're saying there, and it's a very matter of fact, it's non-emotive. Whereas fusion, or being self-critical or judging, is where you fuse with that story, and then there's a lot of, I guess you can say, frustration and maybe anger in that. So the question is, which way is better? Which way is actually more constructive? Well, I think it comes to balance. Say, for example, if you say it in a too detached manner, where you're so detached from it that you don't even care anymore. For example, oh, did something wrong. So what? That can be a problem as well, because it doesn't motivate you to make changes in order to make things better. Likewise, if you're so fused with it, that you're so hard on yourself and you're so critical about it, say for example, geez, I've done something wrong again, I'm so stupid, I'm just hopeless, I'm just going to give up now. That is too fused and too critical, and that may destroy your motivation to even act. So I think there's some sort of a balance there, somewhere in between, where you're sort of not so fused, but not so detached either. So I guess in ACT therapy, acceptance commitment therapy, we have a term called defusion, and in my mind, defusion is somewhere in between, where it's enough to help you to take action, to improve things, but it's not so fused that you're just going to give up. So hopefully today I've introduced two new terms for you and an understanding around the differences between being self-reflective versus being self-critical. Until next time, we'll see you then. Bye bye now.